Did I tell you about the high school student that booked me for a research consultation? A high school student booked me for a research consultation and stumped the academic librarian.
Not that.
I had no answer for that question. She asked me the number. She's an IB student, and she asked me the number of horror books published by, not by title, but individual titles published in 2018, 2019, 2020, and I couldn't find it anywhere. That thing kept me up all night. All night.
It seems like it would be a simple thing, right? It seems like it would be easy to
something
find.
similar. I looked in the Statista database. I reached out to people I know at other institutions.
You had to call in favors.
I tell you, I had to call in favors.
Did you come up with a solution?
You know I did.
Okay.
Good old AI.
That's what we do. Hey, use your resources.
I use Copilot.
All right.
I used Copilot and asked them, where can I find this information? And it gave me some suggestions, and we have WorldCat. And so I used WorldCat to get the information for her. That's such a great feeling.
Yes, when you can actually get to a solution.
Right there to
Absolutely.
the information you need. Oh, it's nothing like
on
it.
you.
You got my questions and you don't want to guess. I got a recommendations and that I can suggest. With this library questions that are part of the quest. Here's Beryl and Laura with instruction request.
Hey, Ospreys. My name is Lauren Odom, and I am the instruction librarian.
And my name is Beryl White Bing, and I am the Virtual Learning Librarian.
And this is Instruction Request, where we go over common research questions, helpful resources,
and innovative technology and immersive technology in the Virtual Learning Center.
Awesome.
Yes.
So welcome back. It's the start of a new semester.
Yes. And we are going to go over a lot of the resources that we have, how to get in contact with the librarian. I'm going to go over the VLC's website so that you'll be able to access all the resources that you need to access at the Thomas G. Carpenter Library.
Awesome. You know what? And also we have an instruction request library guide.
Oh, yeah.
We have an instruction request library guide. So you honestly could just Google instruction request and then library guide UNF.
Yeah.
And it'll pop up. And it does have a space where all of our episodes are listed. They're also available in the digital commons as well as YouTube.
Yes.
And
we're all over the place.
An ability to be able to schedule an instruction request for a class or book a research consultation for a student or faculty. And also, is the recording studio on there?
Recording studio
The
is a
VLC.
bookable space. Yes.
Okay.
The recording studio is a bookable space, and the VLC instruction request is also on the instruction request podcast LibGuide.
Awesome.
All righty. So where are we in instruction?
So we have a few initiatives that we started in the fall of 2024 that we really wanted to make librarians accessible to our UNF community. We wanted to make it easy to get to us for just varying support needs, whether you need a 30 to 60-minute research consultation or you just needed just like a way to briefly access a librarian for a quick question. So
yeah, we got together and we came up with some definitions for all of the 4 initiatives that we are really going to be pushing in the spring of 2025. And we want all of you students, I think we should call this Student Edition, Instruction Request Student Edition.
Okay.
Because we want students and faculty to push all of the ways the librarian is available to students and faculty and staff and anyone else who needs us, because I
Yes.
talked to that high school student.
Yes.
But we also want you to be able to know the difference between the ways. Like, say, if you create an assignment to talk to a librarian before you start your research, there's a way to contact us. If you are doing a deep dive into some research problems, then there's another way to get in contact with us. So
Yes.
let's go over them now. What you think?
I think we should do it.
Okay.
So what are
Hit
we
it,
doing?
Andy.
What do we have?
All right. This is librarian open office hours. Now, I know you don't necessarily think of a librarian having office hours because we're always in our office. But to have open office hours, we're doing it in Zoom.
Yes.
And each one of the librarians listed on the screen has volunteered to have open office hours. These hours are going to be on the library's calendar. So if you go to the library's website and click on the calendar, you'll see who's available on what days. But if you want to save this, screenshot it so that you can go to the website, which is our Zoom room for our open office hours. Someone will be in the Zoom room during these times. I think my time is on Wednesdays. When are you, Lauren?
My time is Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, and I'm from 11 to 1. And then we have other librarians who are going to be available. We have 2 early morning times. Danny Feinberg and Sarah Malclis are doing 8 to 10. Deborah Williams and I are doing 11 to 1. And then Lauren Newton is from 2 to 4 on Tuesdays. And Lauren Odom is from 3 to 5.
Yes, and so we wanted to provide a variety of times throughout the day so that students can have someone that they can touch each day of the week at different times. We know that everyone's schedule is different, but it really is just a way. It's like a virtual access point to pop in and ask a quick question. And if you need more follow-up, we can do a research consultation or something like that.
And if you put the screenshot back up, Andy, the definition, we came up with some definitions for the different ways we're available. And for librarian open office hours, it's a drop-in online with an instruction librarian in Zoom for unscheduled research help during designated hours. So sometimes these hours might change, but right now this is the schedule.
Yes.
But check the library's calendar because those are going to be the dates that are going to be, the times that are going to be absolutely correct. But I just want you to know this is drop in for online questions. You're in the library and you're like, oh, I have a question. Drop into this Zoom room and you can talk to a librarian. Pop-up library instruction. That's yours, Lauren. Go ahead. Talk about it.
So pop-up library instruction is another effort to increase accessibility and visibility of the librarians because you generally can't find us at an access point in the library. So this is where the team of instruction librarians, the same ones that are available via drop-in Zoom or the open office hours, my apologies, we set up in the Writing Center and also in Student Academic Support Services during the 2-week time frame before midterms and finals. And so we figured we can kind of expand our reach by forming partnerships with some of the other student offices on campus and making it easier for students. If you're already in a space where you're getting writing help, maybe, it would be easier to come to a librarian for citation support or to help find a few additional resources for a research paper you may be doing. Or if you're already getting tutoring, then you can drop by a librarian without having to go out of your way. So this is just a way of popping up around campus, and we may extend this to other locations in the future, but for now, these are the 2 locations where you can find us. And in the spring, we will also be popping up inside of the library.
Yes.
So that students can just stop by wherever we may be sitting and get some more of that unscheduled support.
And I'm in the Virtual Learning Center, so that's where I'll be popping up.
Awesome. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy on the 3rd floor. That's my pop-up location. When outside of student academic support services and the Writing Center.
Yes, and 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is our standard pop-up library instruction time. So in that 2-week time frame up before midterms and finals, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the time that you will be able to find us.
Okay. And of course, you can always schedule a research consultation. Now, a scheduled research consultation, whereas librarian open office hours are online. Pop-up library instruction is face-to-face.
Yes.
A research consultation can be either.
Mm-hmm.
It can be online in Zoom, or it can be an in-person research consultation. And our definition for this would be scheduled 30-minute or 60-minute consultation in the library or online with an expert research librarian for personalized research help based on your availability. Now, this is 24 hours notice. So if you have an immediate need for a librarian, you're going to go to the librarian open office hours or find us in drop-in Zoom. Pulley.
Yeah, find us in Zoom.
Or pop-up library instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
one more.
Or you can drop into our LibChat. And so the LibChat is a 24/7, 365 service in which students can access a librarian for quick help. So if you need something that's really involved and that requires a lot of support, they won't be able to help you over there, but you can actually get a conversation started. And what will happen is they will create a ticket. So who is in the library chat is a global cooperative of academic librarians. So these people are trained and qualified to provide research assistance. However, these are not your UNF librarians. So if there is something that's more UNF specific, or again, it requires more in-depth support, then they're going to defer you to your UNF librarians, and then we will support you on the back end. But if you need quick help, you don't have 24 hours, and say you have an assignment where you're required to speak to a librarian, this is one of the locations where you can go and quickly speak with one.
Yes, you can speak in LibChat or in librarian open office hours.
Open office hours.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All righty. Andy, what's next?
What is next? So we have the ability to get some scholarship funds at the library?
Oh, well, it's not a scholarship. It's a prize. The Library Research Prize is sponsored by the Dean's Leadership Council, the Library Dean's Leadership Council.
But it's money.
And it is a $1,000 prize.
Okay.
$1,000 prize. I would love to win.
Hey,
$1,000.
listen.
And it's $1,000 prize for a graduate student and a $1,000 prize for an undergraduate student. And all you have to do, the requirements are listed on the website. You probably can't see it there, but we have flyers posted all over campus. The requirement is for you to write a 500-word essay talking about how you use the library resources to create a research project, a research report, a creative project. All of you who were in Dr. Fowles' VR class, if you created a VR experience and you used Unity and the VLC, or you came to the VLC to look at VR experiences and you were inspired to formulate your VR experience in a certain way because of the assistance you received in the VLC, then you can write your 500-word essay, get Dr. Fowle to support you and say, yes, they did a great job, and yes, they used the library. and submit your application. We're looking to be overwhelmed with applications for this research prize.
Okay.
Because it can be a research project, it can be a research paper, it can be a creative project like a virtual reality experience or Dr. McCluskey's theater class. If you created some type of theater production, I'm sure she would support you in writing and applying for this research prize if you use the library resources. You book the research consultation, you use the databases, you use some of the software that we have in the library, whatever, a space in the library. Just write up your application, your essay, get your professor to support you, to write a letter of support, and submit your applications. We will accept applications on January 6th through March the 10th of 2025. January 6th through March the 10th of 2025 is when the application period is. If you want to scan that QR code, then you'll be able to go to the website, and January 6th, the application will be live. So please, students, we're looking for students and faculty members. Send your students who did great research papers. There is one requirement. It cannot be, say, a research project that they're going to present at a conference or anything like that. It just has to be some type of research they did here on campus using the library or creative project. They do an essay, they get your letter of support, submit their application. $1,000.
So just to clarify.
Let me say that again. $1,000.
There are going to be 2 recipients of the research
Last year
prize.
we had 3, so we had to split. The winner got $1,000, and then we had some honorable mentions because we only had a very few number of applicants last year, but we're hoping to get an overwhelming number this year. So we're doing a massive advertising campaign, and instruction request is the very first one.
Okay.
So please, 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 please think about the research papers you turned in. Think about the work you did in the fall or work you're going to complete in the spring. Get support from your faculty member or your teacher and submit your applications via that link.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So
What's next?
what's happening in the VLC?
What's happening in the VLC? Students and faculty, I want to introduce you to the Virtual Learning Center website. This website is where you can find out everything you need to find out about the VLC. You start there with general information about the Virtual Learning Center. You can find it at libguides.edu, unf.edu/VLC. And all you have to do is go to this website. You can reserve a VR station on this website. You can request VLC instruction for your class on this website. And on the left-hand sidebar, this is everything that we have in the VLC listed out. It's broken down into subject areas so that you can see what we have in the different things. Now, this might change because we gain new experiences every day, but you will be able to find VR experiences listed on this LibGuide. And I want to pay particular attention to the very last bullet, which is the Meta PC VR experiences. We do have those Meta headsets in the VLC, and we may be switching to a Meta platform So it's important to become familiar with the meta experiences that we have in addition to the ones that we have from Steam.
Into the metaverse, huh?
Yes, into the metaverse.
Right.
The VLC is also housed UNF created VR applications. One of them is the Eartha White VR experience that I'm very proud of.
Yes.
And then Wetlands Walk is one created by Dr. Kaylin Sindelar on the wetlands and the marshes in Northeast Florida.
Okay.
So that is the website. Also in the VLC or under VLC auspices is the recording studio. And so you can reserve a space in the recording studio, and that's been really picking up here recently.
Okay.
I had a student come by wanting to book a space the week of Thanksgiving, but we're not going to be open the week of Thanksgiving because I'm off and the students are off.
Okay.
So, but the recording studio, and this is in January, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we're open regular hours, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. until 7, and Sunday from 1 to 5. And then also we have VR creation software. We have Unity, we have 3D Vista. We've talked about this before. We have some licenses in the VLC, like we have the educational grant license from Unity. We have Berkeley Open VR licenses. We have Gravity Sketch license, Archeo license in the VR, and other software in the VLC. So stop by or browse the website and find out everything you need to know about the Virtual Learning Center.
Awesome.
That's it.
Okay. So the VLC has quite a few things to offer, and all we can do is encourage you to come by and see for yourself.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And now it's time for
Library VR Champion.
Library VR Champion. What is a Library VR Champion?
So a Library VR Champion is a faculty member that has used Library VR at some point for their instruction or even for their own personal projects. But typically it's those professors that are bringing their classes to the VLC to engage in VR experiences. And there's just a number of things that these students can do, and a number of classes. Like, it's not just for like your IT students, even your theater students or your music students can find value in the VLC experiences. So those faculty members that are coming in and engaging with the VLC and the VR resources are the ones that are our VR champions.
Yes. Last semester, we highlighted Dr. Kevin Feil, Dr. Sydney Brammer, and this semester we have 3 or 4 lined up already.
Yeah.
So next week we'll be next broadcast we'll be talking about languages and literature, which we have a wonderful VR champion who brings her Spanish classes every semester to the VLC so that they can travel around the world to different Spanish-speaking countries and cities and see how they're the same yet different. So, yeah.
Exciting times.
Exciting. So are you a Library VR champion? Yes. Or are you using VR in your research?
And if not, we hope that this is persuasive enough.
Yes.
For
you to use it.
It's for you to come and just consider what we may have that might be useful in your instruction. Yes.
Very good. Well, I think that's it for today.
So what are we talking about in our next episode?
I think it's languages and linguistics.
Languages and linguistics.
Did I say literature? I meant to say languages and linguistics.
Yes. So we'll go over some resources and some VR experiences that are relevant and also highlight that VR champion as we mentioned. So
Yes.
thank you for joining us for another episode. We hope that everyone has started off with a strong spring semester, and we will see you all soon.
And remember, we have library open office hours. We have pop-up library instruction. We have research consultations and library chat.
Yes. So remember, you can always schedule a research consultation and you can always book an instruction request.